I be in one of thing up.
Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Mac Jones and the New England Patriots taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway in Foxborough. This will be fielded inside the 5. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line. You know, it's great to be a Pro Bowl quarterback, all-pro wide receiver. Those guys get all the endorsements. But we've seen a lot of guys carve out a great career as a special teams ace.
And it's one of the most important parts of the game. We can talk offense and defense all we want, but the third phase, special teams, that can be the difference between winning and losing. And how about the big play created here? Big-time effort, and that can help his team.
Second straight week, he's forced to fumble. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Adafe Owe there on the tackle. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Throwing, Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Jackson on first down. And this one is incomplete.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Edwards.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Gus Edwards. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Ravens are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
after. No gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On second down, it's Harris. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry.
And he will have a Patriots first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Jones.
The pass to Henry is intercepted.
Picked up near the 29. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Tucker now to add the point after. And it is now 21-0.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Patriots ready to try again on offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Dobbins. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. They'll try to run with Dobbins. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Tucker with the extra point, and it is 28-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New England trying to get to place on offense. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Edwards now on 1st and 10.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Gus Edwards
with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Ravens open the lead up to 34-0.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Hey, check back.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Double time. Hey, we got 4. We got 5. Mike 40. Check. He's covering.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Take it at the 37. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. 1st down and more for Jackson. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
DC, ready? DC. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Got Mike with you on. Mike with you on.
Jackson. Forced out to, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. So that'll back him up 5. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Damian Harris of the Patriot offense ready to take over again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time. On defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Patriots send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Unable to corral him, he fights through. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Second and 10. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On second down, Jackson completes this out left to Ruggs. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. On first down, it's Edwards. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Oftentimes, broken tackles are his specialties. And put another one on his tally there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. One-on-one, not likely to get him down. You need everyone else to get there and help you. I think they were signaling for you and I to jump on the pile and try and get him down, weren't they?
You don't want me out there, I promise you. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devin Duvernay with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Ravens add on. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Damian Harris Harris and the Patriot offense ready to take over again.
He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adafe Owe in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Well, the Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Ravens continue to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense.
He struggled. His team has struggled. You talk to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around. Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground, and they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Devin Singletary, 4 touchdown runs. From there, let's head to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Landry Jones leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the 2nd half. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. Able to push his way through, up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. And he won't get all the way into the end zone as he's out of bounds, but not before getting it down inside the 10.
What a way to start the 2nd half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter, and they can run the score up even further as they begin this drive with a 1st and goal and that huge lead.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
51 the mic, boys, 51. Let's go, D.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll look to run with Edwards. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Gus Edwards
Punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens add on.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On second down now, it's Harris. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
That's on Shaq Mason, the guard.
Jones now, off play action. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Justin Madubuike
in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's third and long.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 33. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
51 to mine. 51 to mine.
Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
2nd and 1 from the 2. Now Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. New England's offense set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll start the drive with Harris. Only able to get it to his own 20 after breaking through the contact. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now here's another carry for Harris. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put... And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Patrick Queen, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll run the toss here. Edwards. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
Throwing is Jackson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Josh Oliver, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough. Back to throw. Jones. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Looking to throw. Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
51 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him, it should open up things for you.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
On 2nd and inches, Jackson.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
They'll run here with Edwards. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Once more, Edwards. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. 4 touchdown passes. They're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New England trying to get a place on offense.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
New England on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now another one thrown incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
It's going to be.
And this is caught, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Ravens are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Jones throwing on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down. Jones going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw is Jackson. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
They're going for it with Dobbins.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So a big decision there to go on 4th down. Gets him not only the 1st, but gets him the touchdown as well.
And Brandon, you and I know that all these coaches tell us if every play is executed the way it's designed, it goes for a touchdown. But let's be honest, they were shooting for the 1st down on that one. And boy, were they fortunate to take it all the way in.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he is going to one back to the 20-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
75 yards on the ground for him now with 4 touchdown runs tacked on.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. New England's offense set to go.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. His throw incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure on this down?
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Adafe Owe in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike. Report. Scared. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for the Ravens, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.